I said this one's for you.
Mr. Big.
Let me start at the beginning. Way before the ratchetness, before they raped our women. Way black. Black in the time, a woman can't come from a man, so she birthed mankind. Through that holy yoni in between her legs, divine. You can't see it from this angle with the Eurocentric mind. You've been trained well, so your future is behind. Take a look around, girl, the truth ain't hard to find. See that white standard of beauty got you bleaching your mind. For 400 years they said you was ugly, but you're fine. Shit, more than fine. Got a beauty they can't match even. Brains too strong and wise like Queen Sheba. Most can't deal with your strength, that's why they still beat ya. Took you out the Holy Trinity, but still need ya. Back to black consciousness is where I'm trying to see ya. I'm a Tsar, you're a set, on the throne is where I keep ya. Black woman. Most of us think your position is minuscule. Cook, clean, serve, all you was put here to do. Not realizing these qualities were put into you. Cause your leadership skills are natural. Don't believe me, Queen Nzinga led the war against them crackers, fool. My people sleep, so I teach, that's what a master do. Grew up with visions of chauvinistic theatricals. Now it's my mission to grab the culture and get back to you. So we can show the seeds what it is they have to do. Break the chains, runaway slave, they coming after you. Keep the men and women at odds and take the child too. Make sure she have more than one baby daddy, yeah, that'll do. 400 years later, no savior, they Willie lynched you. So take a listen, black woman, let me heal you. Any man that breaks you down really fears you. My elder Shabaka say what the women do, the men do. So when you start the revolution, we right here with you.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a
One of the most frequent questions that I get is, where are the children, and why you call yourselves the children of the sun?
But the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero.
Oh, it's time to grab the glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath. Take it.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink.
Take a breath. Take your breath.
Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink
Or
your
should I
water.
say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your
Let's
ancestors.
toast.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
Or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars.
Gye-Nyame.
Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body. Move.
Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family. Man, listen. So, I said, all right, it's time for some changes. I got to work out. Got to start eating a little bit better. Got to start having some of the nuts and dried fruits and stuff. I got to start getting this chlorophyll in me. We're going to try to increase our magnesium and see what happens. And I've been tireder than ever. I can't stay up past 7 o'clock. And I can't get up in the morning for the last 2 days. I just been sitting in the tub. Crying in the tub. Not crying, but shit, I just relaxed. But actually what happened yesterday, I got hold of a book. I'm an Audible dude, right?
And I'm like many of you, like I never, could never, I gotta be able to fill a book. I gotta be able to touch the pages. I can't do the electronic book, but I got a big screen now. I got this big old screen right over here. Got this, I can actually read pretty good on those damn things. But a few years ago, I got an Audible book. They was giving books away for free. Now I got a whole Audible library. So I'm going down my Audible list right now. A couple of books I'm listening to. From Here to Equality by Dr. Darity and his wife. Both Dr. Darities. I want to make sure I get it right. I don't know, since her name might be different. We living in a time. Well, anyway, I'm listening to Tools of Titan. I was doing some research on breathing, so I got a book that I'm listening to on that. So I said, all right, cool. Let me give myself a, So it was a book called Black Wealth. And I picked up this book. And I'm like, I just been listening. I've been listening to this motherfucker all night. I fell asleep on it about 2 or 3 times. I went to bed. Where I laid down at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Turned it on. Slept through some chapters, having dreams. Went back, listened to some more. And this book is good as hell. It's called Black Wealth. And it's about millionaires, individuals who right after slavery was able to build fortunes, right, with some very interesting information. Like for example, I didn't know that Oklahoma, sided with the Confederates, which meant that the 5 so-called civilized nations sided with the rebels, sided with the Confederates, and held a lot of slaves, or held a lot of our people, and treated us wrong. I mean, now I heard rumors, but this book, it's like about Black Wealth, and he got into, he like, yo, we got done dirty prior to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I'm sitting up here like, so I have to always kind of remind us, family, we got to be about our business. We got to be about our business. We got to be about us. Because if we can't help ourselves, we can't help nobody else. And history has shown us that nobody else is trying to help us. Not large masses, because I do know, we had some Native American allies, but it just so happens that all of the classes that end up ruling people end up fucking us over. It might not be the whole group, because and that's the delicacy of what we dealing with, because people can always be like, you can't say all, and I'm not trying to say all, but that's where they get us at, because you're right, it's not all, but the ones that be in power be fucking us over. So whether we're talking about the Native American family, or we're talking about the Indian family, or we're talking about the Caribbean family, which is basically, can't really, or we're talking about the West Asian families, right? We always got allies, but it's the ones in power that be fucking us over. So how do you do that? How do you deal with that? How do you make it clear, hey, I love everybody, but I have to be aware of the fact that certain individuals in power and groups in power have always turned their back on us, especially here. Especially here. Why not? They held a lot of black slavitude. You ever check out the title, A Pot to Piss In. Is that an actual book? Is that an actual book, Kwame? Why not? They held a day, man. And I'm sitting up here like, I'm reading this, and I'm sitting up here thinking about all the black folks talking about, got Indian in me. I got Indian in me. Got Native American in me. How I get there? I'm just saying, family. And check this shit out. Did you know that the last group of Confederate soldiers to surrender were Native Americans? After all the West Asians beat the hell out the other West Asians, the only one still giving them problems was the Native Americans. Oh my God. So I'm sitting up here like, oh man. So then also yesterday, I had an opportunity because something hit me and said, all right, because we keep hearing about all these partnerships. This is even before I got into this book. I said, all right, cool. So, and a lot of people, and I mean, we got all these groups, and the key piece that we got to watch in these coming days is that we got to make sure that we get what we are supposed to get out of all of this shit. I went upstairs to go wake up my daughters, and in between me leaving here and putting on the commercials and going upstairs, I heard about 2 protests, rebellions going on, people dying, more police brutality, old cases popping up. You know what I'm saying? That they just broadcast. And sometimes you got to sit back and you got to wonder. Are we being provoked? Is it something that the media wants to see from us? Are we being tested? But and it's like, I'm sitting down, so I said, all right, cool. I want to check out the census. I want to see what's up with the census. So I go back and I pull up the census from 1960, the census from, let's say 1970, 1960, and 1950. I just wanted to look at it to see all of the racial groups on there because, part of the argument is, hey, we're not going to be able to tell who really came from a plantation. You're not going to be able to trace your ancestry. Now, family, let me just say this. When you look at the census, and I can pull it up and show y'all a little bit later. When you look at the census from 1960, you could go 1970. That's right after 1965, 1960, and 1950. 2 major groups, black and white. And more than likely, if you were black, or as they said on there, they Negro or black. If you fit one of those, more than likely, you could probably trace your ancestors to one of these plantations around here. It's not as hard as people want you to think. See, because people shoot out stuff at us, and we be like, well, yeah, that's right. I can't. But we have people right now in our families, because I know my family is not the only one, on both sides, that have been tracing their family. I've been walking around. When I was in college, I was walking around with a little black book. No, not with phone numbers in it, with my family tree in it. I would talk to my grandmothers. I would talk to my grandfather. And I would try to find out little bits of information. This is one of the reasons why with the Toast I could go down my family line, because I've been asking questions. And I could trace myself back to my grandparents being born in the early 1900s, their parents, right, being born before the 1900s, possibly, and their grandparents, right, on both sides of my family. So I want somebody to keep, when you hear people say, it's impossible to trace your lineage back. No, you ain't got to be precise. Because let me ask you a question. If you heard about a country that was abusing people that look like you, not even really making it very hard for you to get in the country, not presenting any opportunity for you, anybody look like you, how much of a rush would you be in to get to that motherfucker? I mean, I'm just asking the question. If there's no opportunity for you, why would you rush to get over there? And we know for a fact, before 1965, they was not letting a lot of us in. So how is it hard to find out who was really here prior to 1965, prior to 1950, prior to 1940? My mom was born in 1949. My dad was born a little bit earlier than that. So I already know that I have roots here. That means my sister has roots here. That means that all my nieces and nephews have roots here. So why do we keep allowing people to say shit like, well, there's no way we can find out who from where? No, they could tell you exactly how much you made. They could tell you how much they extracted from your grandparents. They could tell you exactly where they live. They got all this information. We're able to come up with all this information, but when it comes down to questioning whether or not you should be able to receive a check, they can't figure nothing out. Come on, family. Come on, family. These people know what you ate for lunch yesterday. Matter of fact, they could question you and probably tell you what you ate for lunch 5 years ago. So now they can't tell where you from. You can't tell. How many of y'all got stories about your family coming from the South or even from the East? Got Southern roots or got Eastern roots. And when I say Eastern, I'm talking about the Eastern, the Eastern Seaboard or the United States. Well, how many of y'all come from like out west? Oklahoma, Arkansas. Like, cause I ran into Nomo's family from Arkansas. That's the Brown clan from Arkansas. My Browns are from Georgia, Florida. I ran into some Browns from Louisiana. So we are more than capable of being able to do all that. More than capable. So we need to stop throwing up these self-created limitations. Right? Because, yeah, we got identified. We definitely got identified. But, yo, reparations coming. I'm just letting y'all know. All right. Let's get on with this toast. Let's see. All right. Going to the toast screen. Before I forget, let me make sure I turned on thing. Oh, by the way, let me give all the Nia babies a round of applause. We also want to send congratulations out to Miss CeeLo, right? Because, she called in. She told us about something that was going to happen. And guess what? It popped up. And unfortunately, we will be losing a sister in Columbus, and she will be moving to another state. But that means that the tribe is expanding. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, hey, listen, our ancestors is waiting for us. That all we got to do is ask for what we want. All we got to do is ask for what we want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially put in the work and ask for what we want. Or do it at the same time. Put in the work, ask what you want. These ancestors are here, family. And they're making stuff happen. All you have to do is stop doubting them. And stop doubting you. We call it self-imposed limitations in Gye-Nyame. There are some actual erected limitations, but we make them harder because we put our self-imposed limitations before we even get to the real goddamn limitations. So we don't even get to the real limitations to find out whether they're real or not, because many of us are dealing with these self-imposed limitations that we place on ourselves. So, you know, like I said, here we got to learn to distinguish between the real and the unreal. The real and the unreal. What's real and what's not. I mean, that's the bottom line piece. I have to be able to distinguish between the real and the unreal. For those of us that like to throw up terms like Mayat and shit, that you need to know that one. The real from the unreal. And I hate to say it, but some of us get so spiritual that it becomes very unreal. But then some of y'all so material that it's very unreal. I remember when I was younger, you know, because like I said, trying to put all this stuff together, putting the players pyramid together and stuff like that. I would sit around asking young people what they want. And I had a brother, you know, we sitting around like, what is it you want to, you know, I want to be the first trillionaire. Excuse me? I want to be a trillionaire. That sounds nice. I hear you. So what's your plan? No, man, the plan is I just want to be a trillionaire. Get the fuck up out my, get out my, give me some push-ups. What I tell you about that? I mean, you got to have a, it's like when I was speaking in South one time, and I had a young man tell me that he was going to become a professional football player. I said, oh man, listen, all right, cool. You know, because all of the young men was talking about being professional athletes. So when I get around to him, I ask him, this boy was big. This boy is about 6'4". He had to be a close to 300 pounds. He didn't look too out of shape, because the football season was over. And I'm looking, and I'm saying, well, damn, I can see that. You about the same size as some of the people that was doing good when I was young. Maybe you faster than you look. I don't know. So I say, all right, cool. What are you doing on a daily basis to move you towards your goal? He said, what you mean? I said, like, are you working out? No. Okay, well, during the football season, you was working out? No. I don't play football. Huh? Stop playing. You just said you was going to be a professional football player. So I know you've been playing football. You had to at least play football on Wednesday. No, I never played football. You playing. Stop playing with me. Stop it. I'm going to suspend you. I swear to God. What are you talking about? I'm going to be a professional football player. I'm going to walk on This is what a young man, I'm going to walk on to the Cleveland Browns. Help me. Real from the unreal. Real from the unreal. I heard you were good at football, Hatem. Why didn't you go to the NFL? Well, I was good on the high school level between 9th and 10th grade. At the end of my 10th grade, I made a choice that my football coach didn't like. And not even that, let me say this. And that, I was far from pro. I was able to play a little bit of football. I played a little bit of football. And at the end of my 10th grade year, because I got held back in first grade, I was old enough to do something I always wanted to do. I found out about a program with the military called the Split Option Program. And I was able to go into the military during the summer times, which, of course, interfered with football. You know, I was good enough not to get cut from the team. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's where that career ended. You know what I'm saying? Then I started running into real football players and shit. Like, nigga, what? How much you weigh? How fast are you? Nigga, I ain't playing. I don't even want to fight you. Shit. A little bit of football could pay for a lot of education for some of these boys. Yeah, but you got to play. This is all I'm saying. See, but then also we got to understand. Now, a little bit of football. Now, what are you sacrificing when you play football? See, there's a sacrifice there. And there's some people that's really designed, got that warrior build to actually do that. But football is not going to get a whole lot of them in school. I mean, if you look at if you really do the comparison of the percentage of athletes to actual students, it don't make a big difference. We need to trick these lazy athletic boys into college. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? And then also we also got to remember that college is not for everybody. One of the key pieces that I think sometimes we miss is that we have been so caught up in this college hustle that we have been forcing many of our children away from professions that have supported us for years, that support everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't have an all-professional class. You know what I'm saying? You can't build a world and you can't maintain a world if everybody is a professional. Who gonna fix the refrigerators? Who gonna keep the cars running? Who gonna keep the plumbing going? Hell, I'm sitting in the basement right now that needed about 10 different workers in order to get shit to function and keep shit functioning in this house. And we jump over that and say, you need to go to college. College is the answer. And we got to realize that college right now is one of the biggest hustles in the world, man. So we're pushing our children into a system that we know ain't designed for them to succeed. And we're pushing this whole college piece for even ones that aren't, that we know ain't college material. Those of us that went there, you could look and know you wasn't. It's almost like you ain't. Why you here? You heard there's good parties on Friday night. You know everybody ain't supposed to be going to college, and we need to stop with that. Real from unreal. Let's talk real. Brothers say, wise man told me, teach them baseball. They're actually giving away scholarships to white kids at HBCU because boys don't play baseball. Once again, focus on sports. How many baseball scholarships are there? Right? Just what we need to force our children into is finding their passion and finding ways to support that. Then we'll find the natural mathematics and the natural professionals and the natural athletes. All we have to do is give our children a space where they feel safe enough where they could go on and express their mastery and their desires and their love. And then we will find where we can direct them. We need to introduce them to as many things as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be having arguments in my own house because, like I said, I'm not trying to pressure my son into any one thing. Go and experiment. Like I just got yesterday, I just found out about this this free program. It's look up gaming, machine gaming. Give me a second, I'll think about it. It's called Unreal Games, right? So I tell them to go on and log on to this because they give free courses in designing games or working with computer programs that basically build games for you. You just got to know how to put the language in and tell it what you want. Sleeping is a passion. Wake up. Sleeping? Oh, you say sleeping is a passion? I'm good at that. Matter of fact, I get some good dreams that I get up here and talk about it. So you're right. Sleeping is a passion. It can be a passion. But I don't know too many motherfuckers that do have a passion to sleep. I mean, we got some people that like to sit down, which means they might have a passion for a job that requires them to sit down. But sleeping is not a passion. Sleeping is a need. And it's something that we have to do. So I disagree with you on that one. Sleeping is not a passion. Sleeping is a need. And sometimes we can overdo some of the needs because we're depressed. They have sleep church. Oh my man, who is this? I knew it's the white man that slipped in here trying to take away my time. I'm just joking. That's the great comedian Kenneth Jackson. Rashid. Isn't that what they tell you about your first couple of years of college? Experiment and find what you like. Declared majors at end of sophomore year. Well, they ain't tell us that. They just told us to be on time with that money or they was going to put us off campus. See, because that right there, Kwame, is how it's supposed to go. But that requires you to be able to afford college. To afford to be able to throw away that little. Most of us, when we get into college, I got to know what I want to do right away. Fortunately, I had a scholarship, so I was able. I changed my major about 7 times. I remember I was going to be a movie maker. I was going to be the next Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every time the strain of weed changed during my college days, so did my major. Shit, there's some good weed. I'm going to be an astrophysicist. Oh, God. No. It's not physical therapist. But I do like movies. Strain of weed changed, my major changed. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how the weed was flowing, my major adjusted. I had time. I had that luxury. That's a luxury to be able to go to college and be able to wait till your sophomore year to declare. You know what I'm saying? When you got a loan out and you got all this money, you got to know what you need and what you want. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. He said, Rashid, I know who you are. How did you actually get to college? Expound. I got to college because I knew how to talk to people. I had an okay score on ACT, and I had a black vice principal at Garfield High School. I remember his first name, Clemens. I can't remember his last name, but he was an alpha, and he really, really pushed for me to go to college. As a matter of fact, when my mom moved to Columbus, she went to go talk with him, and he convinced her not to take me from Garfield or take me out of high school at that time, because he said I was doing good, and that not only if I kept working in the way I would be able to get a scholarship to college, and he was right. And he made sure that I stayed out of trouble and all that. So I had the right people, I had the right temperament, and I knew how to talk to people. So when I went before the people that was offering the scholarship, you know what I'm saying, I didn't do the most impressive writing. I didn't have the highest grades, but my grandparents and my family, let me just put, my family taught me how to deal with people. They taught me, you will be surprised how a basic, how are you doing? And really looking at somebody and really expecting them to respond to how you doing. You will be really surprised how many doors that can open up, especially for a young person. You know what I'm saying? Or being able to talk in front of a group of people. You know what I'm saying? I had always been forced to be able to talk in front of people, and me being able to do that and being able to approach people and to have conversations and to interest them, to get them interested in me, made it possible for me to go to Ohio State on an academic scholarship. Wasn't the grades. My grades was okay. It was plenty of people with better grades than me. Plenty of people with higher ACTs than me. But very few people that could possibly get up and entertain people with intelligent conversation and be bold enough to say what's on my mind. Hold on. How did you actually go? Liberal arts, college education. He said liberal arts versus college education. Uh-oh. The black, Rashid, you're getting the Black Yoda started. Man, can I do the toast? Can I do the toast? I just want to know if I can do the toast. That's all I want to know. Brother Rashid, can we start this sharing stories on how well or ill prepared we were due to enter the college experience? Due to enter the college. It didn't come out right, whatever you was trying to say. I'm trying to figure that out. It says sharing stories on how well or ill prepared we were to enter the college experience. Word. Right. I wasn't prepared. But, you know what I'm saying? Having the ability to communicate with people, and surround myself with people that can help me, you know what I'm saying? And having people available to help me, man. Because there was a lot of times I was just ready to get up and just quit. But I had, you know what I'm saying? Mentorship, family, being able to build family, make it very possible for you to be able to overcome almost anything. Because I wasn't ready. Okay, I guess that's the water sign, meaning I can go and put. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rashid. We really appreciate you here. He said, you wasn't either? I find that hard to believe, Kwame. I find that hard to believe. Now, because first off, let me say this. One of the first things I had to really adjust to was the amount of freedom. Was the amount of freedom that I was exposed to my first night of staying in the dorms. I had no idea. I was not prepared, right? The first week of being able to stay in the dorm, right? Absolutely having no curtain, nothing. Just like, I got a bed. And I could choose to sleep in that one, or I could, because we had girls on one floor. I said, well, goddamn. This is the life, right? I'm sitting up here like, whoa, I wasn't ready. Brother Kwame said, I will call in after the toast and talk to how ill-prepared I was. Wow. So, but that mentorship is very, very important. Brother brother Rashid said the slaves had to adjust to freedom as well. Some even went back to the plantation. Now you moving on to another subject because I kind of, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different. We gotta understand they didn't go back to the plantation because of the freedom. A lot of them were forced back or had to go back because there was no other place for them to get no goddamn money. That's one of those illusions. We didn't go back because we weren't used to freedom. We went back because we was broke. Hell, we couldn't even leave. Where am I go? I ain't got shit. I ain't got a mule. I got all this shit and all these. Where am I going? Well, I might as well stay right here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, these are part of the myths. Then return back to the plantations because of freedom. If we went back anywhere, it was because of economics. There's a whole prison system built up on grabbing black men that wasn't working. Whole prison system was built up on that shit. He said when slavery is the best option. Well, many of us live in that reality right now. But anyway, on to the toast. We got that Ambrosia family. The batches will be, I think I'm gonna bottom them up tonight. I was supposed to bottom them up yesterday and do my show, but I was like, phooey. I'm tired. That's gonna be your book? When Slavery is the Best Option by Abdul Rashid. All right, so we're gonna go on. That was very undramatic. Ambrosia, what's going on with you? But I see you still alive. I see you still eating. So, fam, we got that Ambrosia. Will be available. I'm taking orders. I got some orders already. So don't miss out because this batch is gonna be good and healthy. Get your probiotics. I'm gonna make a song. Get your probiotics here. But anyway, we about to toast. First off, lifting up our glass to our creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass and we say the word of power. The word that brings us together. The word that vibrates out into the universe and pulls all of our energy together. We lift up our glass and we say that mighty word. Ashe. From that family, we move on to our list of our ancestors. And if anybody out there that's new and you want to add your ancestors to the list because we toast every day, go ahead, feel free. I'll start off with the list and go as far as I can. Okay, because Cleve been moving stuff around again. It's called a gaming engine. That's what it's called. And the one that I went to, the one that I had Cleve go to was called, I can't remember. I said it earlier. I remember now it's a gaming engine. Now I can't remember what it is. But even those of you, check out the site. Just type in gaming engine and see all the stuff because there's a lot of free software and a lot of free lessons out there for some of you that play games as well as some of your children so that you can start understanding because like a lot of this stuff seems confusing when you first get into it. All you gotta do is just jump into it. From cursive to cursing, the breaking down of language communication in 2020 by Abdul Rashid. Are these books by you, or is another Abdul Rashid? From cursing to cursive, or is it from cursive to cursing? I made that journey. So we're gonna lift up our glass to our ancestors. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Texan, Davis, Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher, Fanny Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva, Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pat Myra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, there, Gail Puller and the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Junior, Miss Alonzo Johnson. My mind is slipping. We didn't even make it that far today, family. And I'm not even ashamed. I'm going to just grab the list, and we're going to do it. Miss Jerry Brunson, Miss Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Gail Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Lorella Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lewis Henderson, Captain Spradley, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Goetzel Sue. Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Seth Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Nada Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Eric, Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza, Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther, Keach Larice, Linda Watson, Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolton, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sergeant Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, Jermaine Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West, Senior, James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Well, J. Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Don Ted Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, Senior Thelma Triggs, Thomas Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs, Second Benny Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, Tamika Russ, Denny Monez, Gina Ruth Jones, Janet Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiju Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, Depretis Hines, Anders Boston, Anna Boston, Winifred Scannerberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leanne Peanut Carter, Mark Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Russell Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nayland Blair, Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First H. Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth, Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson, Sr., McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Subraka Teray, Greg G. 2 Gibson, Donnie Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Hosey Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Max Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Rolla Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ade Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Bubba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, J.C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Washington, Charles Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashad Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Moving to the Black Book. Black Book coming, Black Book coming. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. Got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, Jane Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damien Top, Westina Banks. We got Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Wiggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton. We got Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna. We got Desandra, Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Al T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers. We got Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Trisha Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Cofer, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Dime, Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Denny Hill, Nico D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, LaVonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesland, Arnett Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh. We got Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera Reeves Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallum, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donald Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, and Ira Branson. We got Eric Winston. We got nation builder Darren Bridges. And we got Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. Also, because while I was doing it, we lift up our glass, we salute all of our ancestor family, realizing that hell for African, hell for ADOS, so hell for our people is being forgotten. And here at Gye-Nyame Journey, we strive never to forget those people that contributed to us, that contributed to our lives, right? So we lift up our glass and we salute each and every last one of them. We thank them for the blessings that they gave us while they was in this plane with us, and we definitely thank them for the blessings that they've given us now that they're on the other side. We lift up our glass and we salute them. We say Ashe. And while I'm here, because we're moving into the moment, Sister Janice Riley has dropped another podcast, so go and check it out. Words from the Teacher. As a matter of fact, I got it on my timeline, so you go to Gye-Nyame Journey and you can get it. We have the Yoni Fest coming up on October 16th and October 17th, right? It's a Yanni Fest, and where the Yanni is, I want to be. So I'm going to be there. Yes, I am. Y'all think I'm joking? Yes, I am. I'm going to Go check out the Yanni Fest. But it's Yoni. Am I saying it right? Is it Yanni or Yoni Fest? Be popping off. I'll get all the other information. I'm gonna interview her. Also, I'm gonna try to bring Sister Janice on. She might join us. She might have joined us last night if I was up to do the show, but I went up for the show last night. But since we're in the moment, I want to throw those things out right there, right now. And also, family, last but not least, before we continue with it, go on to Gye-Nyame.media and sign up. Now, this is the issue. You will not be able to chat on our on our stuff if you do not have a video. So this means you have to upload a introduction video telling the family who you are. You know what I'm saying? Is this somebody I want to chat with, or is it not somebody I want to chat with? It don't necessarily even have to be a video. It could be an audio. Just something where where people can comment on. If you ain't doing nothing, then you won't get seen on Gye-Nyame.media. Just putting it out like that. Rashid, you got some type of position on there. I'll put you on there or something. I don't remember what. Like somebody that could throw people off or something like that. Gave you I know you power hungry, so I gave you a little just a little taste. I ain't want to get you drunk on power, so I gave you just a little taste. But you gotta go in there and put a video on letting people know who you are. And Brother Kwame, the issue that you asked me about with the site, I spoke to Dentista. He said he's gonna work on that when he get off vacation. All right, so family, now we're moving to the present moment, lifting up our glass, saluting this moment. Once again, we want to give all of the Nia babies a round of applause. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all got one more. I love y'all color, especially on a black woman. No. Yellow on a black. Oh, my God. Can't take it. Just thinking about it, I'm old, man. My body heats up. But yeah. Black women in yellow. Yep. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And the darker, the better. I mean, it look like, oh my God. Some of y'all be looking like big old bumblebees. I just be like, ooh, I wish I had. Because, see, a lot of young people ain't old enough to remember when you used to go outside and catch bumblebees with jars. I'll be like trying to sneak up on your ass and catch you in that goddamn jar. Come on, coming home with me. Right? I love it. But anyway, back to the moment. This sacred moment. Ooh, but black women in yellow dresses. Lord have mercy, in yellow. Ooh. Anyway, just a thing, just a personal. Ooh, just a personal thing. Yeah. All right. Out my mind. Get out my mind. Get out my mind. Get out. All right, but in this moment, family, we want to lift up this moment, right? And right now we are on Nia. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go to G&J. Free G&J e-course so that you go learn the lingo of the tribe. We got a course, right? If you want to be part of this, we got a course, right? That you go through and you can learn the language. Be like, yo, I want to, hey, how can I be down? We got a course. We got some more courses coming out. Speaking of that, I was working with Elder Darrow on Ujima. So his first, we going to have probably after next Ujima, I'm saying in a couple of weeks, we're going to have his first session that's going to be coming out. He took me up on my offer, and he came, and we've been working, and we're going to have an interview about what he put together, and it's coming together nice. So the elder coming out doing his thing. And it's really going to help a lot of people, especially during this COVID time. And we don't know what else is coming, but helping us be able to stay physically healthy in a confined space. You know what I'm saying? Or, just it's going to be tight. So here we go. Back to the moment. Lifting up a glass, saluting this Saluting this moment. Now, let me put that up there for y'all. Some of y'all might want to get it. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not it. Wow. That's some bullshit. Get up there. That ain't what Oh, they acting up on my chat. So it's freegnjecourse.com. freegnjecourse.com. So let me go and see if I can put this doc down here because they tripping on me right now. I want the chat. Let's see. Boom, where you at, chat? There you go. Oh, they gonna make me, you gonna make me sign in? For real? Is that how y'all? In the moment, we lift up our glass on this great day of Nia. Family, as I do on a regular basis, I want you to get focused. I want you to find Nia today. Activate your reticular formation. Get out there in the world. Nia is out there. And for those that don't speak the language, Nia means purpose. So family, get out there. We are looking for purpose. It's people out there right now operating on purpose. Right? Are you operating on purpose? Or are you operating on accident? Are you living on purpose? Or are you living on accident? Right? We got to, in order for us to move to the next level, we got to be honest with ourselves. Some of y'all living totally accidental lives. Don't let me say some of y'all. Some of us are living total accidental lives. You need to get some of that purpose, some of that Nia. Get it in your life. How do you do it? You got to first be able to identify it. You got to put a word on it. The word is Nia. You got to put the word on it. Oh, that's Nia. That's what Nia look like. Ooh. Let me model that behavior. Let me copy that behavior. All right, but anyway. So Nia is the day. Today is Nia. For those who don't speak the language, Nia means purpose. The model principle for the day is balance. The color is yellow. The hermetic law is rhythm. Male name is Kofi. Female name is Afua. How you doing, Afua? So family, we raise our glass to this present moment because in this moment is our power. In this moment and what we do with this moment will determine what our people will be doing in the future. So be careful with the moment. Be careful with the moment. Please don't waste it. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? From the moment, we move to all of our to the future generations. We lift up our glass, we toast our babies, babies, our children's children, on to infinity. And as long as we handle our business, we'll always be here. But enough of us start wasting our moments, and we will disappear. We will disappear from the face of the world and the face of history. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful. Lifting our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we toast all of our relations. We say Ashe from all of our relations. You ready? From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. And the question is, what is it that you need right now to move into your greatness? This is what we pulling into the room right now. We call the ancestors here. First, we called the creator. Now we got our ancestors. We got our present moment. We got our future generations. We got all of our relations. We got all of this energy that we're conscious of right now. And in this moment, I'm asking you for a selfish toast for yourself, not for nobody else. This is for you because you can't help nobody else until you help yourself. So the question is, what is it that you need in this moment right now, that you need to make your life better, to move towards your greatness? We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to our tribe, and I'm lifting up my tribe. I'm Gye-Nyame. I'm asking you, what's your tribe? Post it up. Post it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, toast your tribe, because a tribe is nothing but a group of families. And I'm blessed enough to have a group of families that's working together and building together. Right? I have a tribe that's in the village that's doing some goddamn work. Or better yet, some God-blessed work. Let's say that. All right, lift up the glass. We say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? All right. So we didn't toast to that. So I want to toast the most magnificent, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, the most outstanding, the most empowering. Did I say strong? Did I say inspirational? Right? Individual in the room right now. I'm lifting my glass up to you, and we say ashe, ashe, ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, cat in. Because you know why? Because this is our thing. Goddamn. Ooh, ambrosia. What you do to me? All right, family, in about 2 weeks, I want to try to get my hands on about 30 pounds of them greens. Because they went in an hour. So I got to get 30 pounds. So we close to getting 100 pounds. I keep on telling y'all, I want to try to get my hands on 100 or more pounds a month. Right? Or, even bi-weekly. Listen, I'm telling you, greens could be a staple that will move us to another level. But anyway, Brother Kwame wanted to call in, so let me go on and make that happen. So there you go. We're going to open up the black line. The black line is open, 614. Well, give me a second. 614-556-4535. It appears that we are streaming at 4,878 kilobits per second. Key frame rate 2. 30 frames per second at 1280. 720p. Once I plug in this big computer over this 3-day weekend, I think we're going to try to be streaming at, no, I don't want the camera on. Y'all know I don't like the camera on. Why y'all playing games with me? Stop playing with me. Kwame already on the line. Kwame done got on and took over the line. Look at that. He already on the line. He ready. Hello?
What's happening?
What's going on, my friend?
So we were talking about it more or less how we tripped up into college, right?
Right.
I attended a Catholic school up until my junior year. So academically, I was prepared. However, I didn't really have anyone to guide my steps as such. Had I stayed at the Catholic school, there would have been, maybe some help there. However, had I stayed at the Catholic school, I'd not have been able to sport my baseball skills. So I transferred to the public school my junior year. Now, the public school where my best friend also attended. Now, he was a senior. He was basically a track star. And he and I were basically experiencing the same kind of thing. But on the other hand, whereas he went to the council and they told him basically he'd be better prepared to go into the military. He just did what he did. He ran track, and of course, well, not of course, but our track team won state that year. And he was leading the way in terms of leading our track team to state. So Ohio State offers him a track scholarship. And I will end his story on this note. He, to this day, still holds the record in the 300-meter run. Now,
up to this day, and considering that you're about 10 years older than me, this means that minus the 7, let me see, divided square root of. So you talking about he been holding this record since 1947?
No, he been holding this record since 1980. See, when did we break that? Somewhere about 87, somewhere around there.
87. That's when I
86,
that's when I went
87.
there. But but so because Butch Reynolds and it was all up in
He
there.
ran with Butch Reynolds. He and Butch Reynolds were on the same 4x4, and they had broken the record, the 4x4 record for the Big Ten at one point. They had that. So now my story. So I'm at the public school. You know, I'm an athlete, but not all like that. So, you know, I played football, I played basketball, just to quote unquote stay in shape for baseball, right? So I get to the baseball team, and ironically, these guys I'm playing baseball with, we had been playing baseball since we were like 8 years old together. And when I say together, I'm saying we played in the same league, and more so together in that we all made the all-star team. So our all-star team, you know, would travel and do things together. So we were a tight-knit group, and we knew each other's ways. And so we were strong.
Right.
So our junior year, you know, it was okay, but it wasn't where we wanted to end up. So now we go to our senior year. Senior year, now keep in mind at this point, I know I want to go to college, have no clue how I'm going to get there and how it's going to be paid for.
So hold on, Kwame. Question. So you mean to tell me that you weren't planning to go to college for math? Right, but I'm gonna let you. Don't ruin it. Don't finish the story.
No. Let me say it this way: math was my quote unquote first love. So that was always in the back of my mind. But again, you know, no plan on how I was going to get there. So basically, I was just free floating, and my best friend had not Ohio State offered him a full ride, he wouldn't have known how he was going to get there to college or how it would be paid for. And so, back to my story. So, I'm, you know, having a heck of a senior year, right? You know, my first 7 hits of the year are doubles. That year, leading the team in everything except home runs, as far as you know, batting and singles, doubles, triples, and that kind of stuff. Excuse me. But still, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get into college or pay for it. So we get called into a meeting. Our baseball team gets called into a meeting one day, and our coach is talking to us, and you know, and he starts mentioning, it's like, yeah, you know, our star pitcher got a scholarship to Bowling Green, and you know, and so everybody's clapping about that. Our shortstop got a scholarship to somewhere, you know, everybody's clapping about that. And then he says, and Calvin Keechler is being offered $14,000 a year to go to Oberlin College. Now, keep in mind, brother, I was not prepared. I had not taken any ACTs, any SATs since I was a freshman. And those were what you refer to as those pre-SAT
right,
or pre-ACT kind of tests, right?
Right.
But I did, I did exceptionally well in them. But the point is that I had not taken any of those things. But so this is when I say, okay, so this is an opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know how the hell to prepare, really. Now, keep in mind, this is my senior year, man. And it's not like there weren't plenty of coaches coming and talking to me throughout the baseball season and such, but, if they weren't really ready to pay for everything, then,
They ain't got no holler for them.
I don't have the means, right?
Right.
and so now, at summer, my grandmother passes away in early August. And school starts in late August. Now, the freshmen are supposed to be there, of course, a week before, for orientation and all that kind of stuff. I miss orientation because I'm attending my grandmother's funeral. Now, just to add a little more context, my grandmother was raising, in fact, my mother was killed when I was 7. My grandmother took me and 8 of my brothers and sisters into her home. And so up until from 7 to 16 is when my grandmother had a stroke. So now, most of my other brothers and sisters are out, all my older brothers and sisters are out the house. So the only ones who were remaining at the house with grandma at that point was my baby sister, me, and we had a cousin who lived in the boarding house that was attached to our house.
So your grandma owned property?
Yes. She had a restaurant, a boarding house next door, and then an apartment kind of boarding house, if you will, next door to, it was basically upstairs. It was like an apartment upstairs and then our home.
Right.
And so, so there was that. And was taken in by my sister, and that experience is something that could be talked about maybe later. But the point is that I was completely unprepared. After my grandmother's funeral, I load a suitcase full of clothes and, little incidental things. I was a diabetic, so I had to have insulin, needles, and all that kind of stuff. I go to Oberlin, and because I have no place to stay, I go straight to the rec center because that's where my baseball coach is. And I come into his office and I say, "Coach, I'm here." And I explained to him, I do not have a dorm to stay in. I do not have, I have nothing as far as what
what is needed to be at school.
Yeah, to be there, right?
On top of that, no money either.
Correct.
Hello? Kwame.
I think we lost Kwame.
I think you pushed him off with your old mean self. Why you always doing stuff like that?
I ain't always
because everybody just seen you slide over there. I think you did it.
Fingers. You old fat finger nigga. I'm just kidding.
How you doing this morning, my dear?
I'm doing okay. I was just tuning in to be a participant in your current events that you go through down the Gye-Nyame timeline.
Cool. You got some more current events for us?
No, I'm just gonna roll with whatever
All right,
you're
but
talking
now,
about.
well, you do got a current event because you got a show that's supposed to be starting. Now, come on, I can't be. You supposed to be teaching me to promote
well,
the game.
Yes, I do have a show coming with me and a few other people. Brother Lumalon will be on there with his wisdom, as well as a sister named Dee and Sister Shady Sunglasses, she calls herself. But it's called Blunt Talk. And basically, it's where we're going to bring information, discuss topics, and we're going to give it to you blunt.
Like I like it.
It's not blunt doesn't mean rude. We're just gonna be blunt with the truth. We're
Well,
not
sometimes you
going
gotta be
to,
rude. Actually, some people like it like that. I like it
so
when you're
it's
rude.
gonna be a little bit edgy, but there's a purpose for the edginess. Trust me when I tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's for a particular audience. I'm trying to draw a new audience and not continue to just get new people in. I'm just trying to attract a crowd that we may not typically attract and then drop some knowledge on them. That's all I'm trying to do.
Go ahead. What? Now, if you're gonna do that, you can't tell them that, baby. You can't.
Well, I'm just letting people who maybe because it's early. It's
you
early.
Would be a
so the crowd that I'm going to be attracting, they ain't even listening right now. So
you'd be a horrible hunter. I got a trap. It's a trap over here.
No,
right here.
The crowd I'm looking for, they're not tuned in at the moment, but I guess they can play and listen to the replay. But
exactly, we got a lot of people.
That's all right.
It's cool, but everybody, we gonna give a round of applause to Sister Navita. She got her show popping off. She started her college career, but we're gonna let Brother Kwame get back in, because somehow he got disconnected. I think Navita had something to do with it, Kwame. I'm just gonna say that. Soon as you slid off, she slid over and she had her throat cleared. She got to clear her throat. She didn't have to clear her throat. It was all perfectly, it was secret. It was too synchronized. I'm just saying. But go ahead, Brother Kwame. So you was on the part where you went to go see your coach and you had no place to stay. You was totally unprepared for what was going on. And your coach looked back at you and said what?
So basically, he called the housing, the people in charge of housing, getting students in the dorms, basically. And so he called that individual and they basically put me up in in this little dorm, basically all white dorm, primarily all white dorm. It was supposedly referred to as the jock dorm. But basically it just seemed like, basically a place where all white people lived and
West Asians, my brother. We must be politically correct on Gye-Nyame. West Asians. They're not actually white. They just west on the map of Asia. That's it.
Okay.
Well, see, you have to remember, I'm going back to that frame of mind.
I understand, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and basically, what helped me to kind of begin to get myself together, even to the point where I am today, is there was a dining hall called South. So that's where everybody ate generally, most of us anyway. So no, I'm sorry, I'm mixing them up. So there was a dining hall called Dascom, and that's where most of us ate. So I go to Dascom to have breakfast, see these black people, so I immediately go toward them, and listen to their talk and everything. And I'm like, well, where you stay at, bruh? And he's like, the African Heritage House. I'm like, what? I'm like, so
y'all got room?
So heck yeah. I mean, the thing is that the African Heritage House always had a spare room as such, because even though it was really popular to us, one of the things is that you could always find a white person or two in the African Heritage House, because it was always basically we didn't have enough black people who wanted to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But in any event, I wanted to be
Wait,
there.
stop.
So
stop. I'm going to stop. I got to ask. Being the asshole that I am, I got to ask. You said there's always an extra room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I heard you say? And then you immediately went and said that there's a West Asian or white people will always be in the African house because there wasn't enough room. So I would assume that the rooms were filled. So when you say there was an extra room, does that mean that when Kwame wanted to move into the African Heritage House, they just basically opened up a room by throwing out somebody?
Yeah.
So what you saying, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The availability for rooms in the African Heritage House, was, generally speaking, it was there.
Wow. You the type of politician I want in my life, brother, because you got straight to the point. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, so anyway, that was my first 2 days experience on Oberlin's campus. Coming totally unprepared, being housed up being housed up amongst people I didn't really want to be among like that anyway. And the second day is when I found the African Heritage House. And I wish I could have said it got a lot easier then, but you have those freshman-like experiences.
Oh yeah.
I had, and you realize how to dig a debt. That was my experience.
Now I wasn't ready in academically, and I didn't understand the whole because like in many ways, like you with your story, I wasn't planning to go to college, but I wasn't planning not to go to college. I was in that teenage days. This is why I kind of get upset when people when they act like they never experienced this. It's like I'm at a point in my life where everything is about to change. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna enjoy as much as I can right now. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know. And I got this scholarship from Ohio State, and I went to the military not for the scholarship. Not because there was even any money connected to college, because all of the adult men in my life had went through the military experience, so I wanted to be part of that tradition. So I went there because I felt that's what I needed to do in order to become a man. So I went to the military not knowing that there was also some college money attached to that. So when I went to college, I was unprepared academically. Financially, I had no idea what I had done, because when I went to find out about the money, because everybody is stressing about money, I'm thinking, well, damn, I need to go up to the office to find out, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody crying about money around this motherfucker. What's going on? So I must owe some money. So damn, let me go up here to this office and find out how much money I owe. Look, I stood in line. I made it all the way to the end. I'm missing classes now because I'm like, I'm scared. I owe money. I didn't even know what a full ride meant. So I go through the line. I get up there, and they be like, "Well, what's your name?" I give them my name, my social security number, blah blah blah, and they be like, "Well, we owe you $3,000." No, actually, it was more than that. Let me go back. It was more than that because I wasn't staying on campus. I'm like, excuse me, we owe you money. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, they said, I said, well, I am having problem. Well, I do want to stay on campus. So after they deducted all of the money for me to stay in the dorms and give me the meal tickets and stuff, they still cut me a check.
Right. I used to get the student refund check.
Oh my.
Sure.
I was like, hey, I was just like, shit, I didn't know. But then, you know, but anyway, but then academically I wasn't prepared either. But go ahead, give us one of your college stories. Brother Rashid, call in and give us one of your college stories, man. Because our young people need to hear this. Go ahead.
Well, my college experience I didn't even realize until I was an adult that I had a full ride academic scholarship to Wright State University. I thought everybody didn't pay for college until I just enrolled in school, and they said loans, and I'm like, wait, what? What is this? Loans? I thought they were gonna pay for it. I ain't never had to pay to go to school. What is this? And so my sister was like, welcome to the real world, where a lot of us was in debt from college, and now you're a part of that club. I was like, oh. And I never realized that, you know what I'm saying, I had took a loan out for $500 in college, I remember. And I kept hearing about these loans people was getting, and I was like, well, why don't I have one? But now looking back, I was so confused. So I went and got a loan from the school for $500, and that was the equivalent of my student loan debt when I left college, $500. And when I called Wright State to get my transcripts and get my credits transferred to the new school, they were like,
give us our $500.
My transcript, and they was like, it looks like you paid it. That thing is so old. We're just going to release your transcripts, and it looks like you paid it. I don't know. And
well, you know, when we wasn't
your account. So that was cool for me.
When all of us was in school, they just was coming out the typewriter phase. Y'all do realize that.
The what?
Typewriter? Yeah. I mean, all of us are at the age when we got to Kwame is 1 year older than us. So Kwame might have had to do some paper. Did you have to do any papers on a typewriter, Kwame?
No.
Well, he went to that rich college. They was ahead of the line.
But I only went to college for a year and a half. But we were doing Lotus back then. That's all I remember.
Man, listen.
Right, there was Lotus.
Lotus 1,
there was
2,
something
3.
called Power Base. Power Base was there was a kind of hierarchy of these things, but Lotus was the most popular one. That's usually what people would learn on.
Hey,
but
man.
When I got to college, by the time I got there, well, keep in mind, Oberlin was doing, when I got to Oberlin, they were doing what Ohio State initiated by the time of 1996. That's when computer, as you begin to understand it today, when they got to Ohio State, we were doing all that kind of stuff in '84 at Oberlin.
Okay.
Wait, time out. Was you at Oberlin in '84?
Yeah.
See, I knew it. I knew it. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead. You know you had some typing paper. You know you turned in some handwritten papers. Your old ass. You know.
Yeah, I had look, my first typewritten paper was at Oberlin. Look, I'm telling you, man.
Was it on a typewriter? That's all I'm asking, man. I'm just asking. Was it on?
Oberlin.
No. I said it was at Oberlin, bruh. We were working on computers.
In '84. Yo, rich ass. That's a rich ass school, man. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
That's because a lot of times when I came to understand through that experience at Oberlin, and I didn't understand it at the time because I was just out of context. But when I started, listening to people talk at Harvard, Yale, and this kind of stuff, it's the same argument that our people were struggling for when they said, look, we need the resources.
Right.
We don't need white teachers.
Right.
We need the resources.
We need the resources.
Oberlin had the resources.
They had the resources without a shadow of a doubt. I'm just messing with you.
Look, man, when you read those books that were set in the Midwest in the, in the early, in the mid 20th century, read those books, or hell, for that matter, the late 1800s to the throughout the 20th century, Oberlin College is always a college that's mentioned because of, you know, the Underground Railroad going through there, because that's where those oppressors who had children with black women, that's where they would send them to be educated. So it had
That's
resources.
history, Kwame. In Oberlin, they would do that. In Oberlin, I got family there. I used to live there as a child.
And in Cincinnati too. Cincinnati, I don't know what school they got down there.
You know, furthermore, that piece to what Navita was talking about. Look, Mother Elizabeth Harriet, Ma Carew, she was an elder sister who worked in the basically the release of transcripts and all that kind of stuff. And she understood the black students' plight. Many of us left there in debt. Many of us couldn't afford a damn transcript or to pay the debt in order to have our transcripts released. And so the sister would tell us, pay for one. So we paid for one. And because of ancestors like her, we would get 6 and 7 transcripts because she understood our struggle.
For sure. For sure.
And so when we talk about, you know, I mentioned to you our saxophonist, jazz saxophonist, Hatim, the brother who...
Eddie Bayard. Eddie Bayard.
Thank you. Brother Eddie Bayard, you know, so when I talk about, you know, the Donald Byrds and, you know, and the many names that you'll run across in a lot of our books. I mean, shit, Navita, I was telling you all, when in that book we're reading presently, Blackface White Mask, or Blackface White Mask. And he started going through those names. And all I could do was shake my head because those are ancestors who came through that school.
Wow.
But anyway, so you know that's so when you find a lot of us Oberlin black Oberlin grads who've come through that, and we understand the psychological crises that you're put through there. And you come to appreciate more strongly those who have gone through there. And then the faculty who assisted took you into their, I mean, man. Okay, I'm trying not to get too emotional here, but just go ahead.
Hey.
People with that mindset in those places
check.
do those things. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when we get in those positions, you know, luckily, you know, you had a sister that was understanding and was also, what's the word I want to use? Like productive, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
She bears fruit, for lack of a better word, to her community through helping you where other people may have not done such things.
They can throw it off and say it's the way things are, rather than taking some personal responsibility and use some power.
Is incarcerated, you know, so I'm not gonna mind saying that. He comes home this month, but one thing he told me that was said to him while he was incarcerated by a black guard, he said, the guard said, "You think I'm supposed to give you some kind of special treatment or privilege or think of you differently because you're black and I'm black?" My son said, "Hell yeah." I sure do. And I think you should, because they do would treat them differently than they treat us just off the strength that they're white. They'll do certain things for them or not do certain things to them that they will do to us. And you should be thinking the same way about your own people, but,
Well,
that's the
well,
way
you
I
gotta,
look at it, too.
well, you gotta remember where their training come from. Are
Right.
they? I mean, a lot of us, we really have to evaluate who and what we are every day, and often we have to remind ourselves. Because it could be something as simple as us not even being comfortable enough to announce who we are, or like, for example, you could be going for something that's specifically for black people, but still in the language you still hear everybody else mention, even though the shit is
Right.
specifically for black people. You feel
Right.
that you have to include everybody. And we have to get up out that shit. We got to get out of it. We got to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? We go to these jobs and it takes years for you to realize that you've been trained to make white people feel comfortable. To not
because that inclusivity
right.
in the package of everyone makes them feel comfortable. And I don't know what it is that when you, even with black people, like you said, I guess it's a conditioning that makes them uncomfortable to specify black. It makes them uncomfortable. I heard a thing with Kamala Harris, Mammy Harris, where she was saying, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people.
Get out of here.
So now, if she was to say, I'm not going to do anything specifically for the LGBTQ, they'd be on her ass.
Or Hispanics. Or the Asians.
It's always okay, and it's palatable for the masses to say that when it comes to black people. Even it's palatable for black.
It's even more palatable.
It's racist. That's reverse racism.
Right.
We don't want to be like them.
I mean, and this is why we got to have conversations and talk so that we could go and expose some of the tricks that have been used on us. You know what I'm saying? Because
maybe that could be my first show.
We already talked about what your first show is. You can't keep floating around, man.
Well, I just have to remember what it was supposed to be.
Oh, my God.
I should have wrote it down then.
Oh, my God. All right, listen. I got to get to my adventure, family. I'm up. I want to thank y'all for calling in.
For sure.
Kwame sounded like he went to an excellent university, and the only thing I can say to up my...
It's a college. It's a college, bruh. Only 3,000 strong in its best of years.
Okay. Well, it's a college, and the only thing I can say to make myself and my alma mater stand out is we will kick your ass at football, and I don't know whether I should be. I don't know if I should be proud of that or be ashamed.
The last Ohio school to beat Ohio State was Oberlin College.
Ain't
that somewhere around 1890 something.
Oh, y'all held on to that. That's part of the lore. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the lore.
Playing for Frederick Douglass and Mark.
He said you said Frederick Douglass was a tailback.
Okay, let me let y'all go. Everybody have a good day. Hopefully I'll hear you. Let me just promote this real quick. ASCAC Study Group /Book Club this evening, 6 p.m. on the Black Line. Or you can come meet us at Illumila's Bookstore on Maryland Avenue. I don't know the street number. But the Black Line, of course, is 614-556-4535. 6 p.m. We're reading Black Skin, White Mask. And typically, if you don't have a book, you can still participate because someone will read the book aloud. So...
That's dope.
Ashe.
Family.
Right,
and by the way, I do have a degree from Ohio State too. So now, peace.
That's a master's degree. That don't count. The real shit don't happen on the master's level. It's as far as the sports and stuff. So, but he do have a degree from Ohio State. That's where I met him at. You know, And I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and also hopefully you got something out of it, family. Like I said, even if you're not ready for something, sometime you gonna just be bold enough to go out and do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have stayed in Akron. You know what I'm saying? Without a shadow of a doubt. Well, nah, my grandmother threw me out. That's where I'm. But well, grandma told me I had to leave. So only because I was taking up for people. But anyway, family, I'm up, I'm out, and I'm on my way to my adventure. Y'all have a great and marvelous day, and I will see you tomorrow for our Toast and Talk. And we're gonna have a real Toast and Talk. And I'm gonna be letting people know, because y'all get ready, because them ambrosia deliveries might be popping off tomorrow. Right? And I'm moving to try to get some more greens. So y'all get ready as well for those that missed it. And shouts out to my mama Margarita. I see you out there. How you doing this morning? And with that, I am out.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.